That sounded like cheer. Hey, what's up, you guys? And welcome to the Coffee Break Podcast. I am your host, Melissa.
And I'm your co-host, Elisa. And our guest
is the very nervous sound guy because I don't know what we sound like right now. But I'm here.
It's Joe!
Oh, yeah, my name. I'm not just sound guy.
No, that's his name now.
It's sound guy now.
Sound guy.
Forever.
I've always been referred to as sound guy.
It's the sound guy.
We say your name too. Sound guy Joe.
I have the audio.
Oh my gosh, Sound Guy Joe.
Sound guy Joe.
Where did you come from?
First-
Where did you go? Where did you come from? Sound guy Joe.
Yeah!
First name Sound guy, last name Joe. Well, thank you for coming into our episode 4. Yay! For those of you who don't know what the Coffee Break Podcast is, Joe, do you want to do an intro?
I wrote it, but you've said it like 5 times. I don't know it anymore.
Right?
Never mind.
Right? Like, she'll point to
no,
me too, and I have no idea what...
Oh, let him try.
We're that old friend that just moved back into town. The cousin that moved back into town. The friend that wants to reconnect, and then I don't know the third one. The third one was the hardest one.
The best friend you haven't seen in years.
The best friend you haven't seen in years. We're going to talk about gossip, media, movies. Those are the same thing.
Games.
And games. All the things that get you through the day with the drink that gets you through the day. I don't have a coffee in front of me.
He left his coffee.
With the coffee that gets you through the day. Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I guess we barreled through that.
And with a segment called Coffee of the Day, where we give fun facts about that certain special coffee. Yay! And Joe's actually going to be doing our coffee of the day. What is that coffee, Joe?
The coffee right now was a nitro cold brew, which was an intense 5 minutes of homework I was given. Nitro cold brew is nitrogen gas filled into the coffee, which gives it kind of almost looks like a Guinness draft. If you've ever seen it pours in, you have that reverse kind of float thing as some of the nitrogen kind of gas bubbles float back up to the top, and it's really smooth. Yeah. It gives a nice velvety, creamy feel that it's like harsh black coffee is really hard to drink, but if you put it with nitro, it gets a little smoother and more palatable. Mm-hmm. And this is where all the cowboys in the audience are gonna I like when my coffee hurts me.
I mean, it's still pretty strong. It's just it's a little bit smoother with a little sweet note to it.
Oh, you're so cute, and I'm being all oh God, cowboys hate me now.
Come at me. I like nitro cold brew, or not nitro cold brew, but nitro coffee, or anything honestly that has nitro in it. It's pretty good.
I've never had it.
You never had it?
No.
I like it in beer mostly.
Ugh.
You can drink it with beer?
Oh yeah, I think it was a thing before coffee.
Yeah, it's actually some coffee places it's called nitro draft cold brew. Yeah. It's because it's based off how coffee, how beers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you go to this coffee place, they do it like they would at a tap of a beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fun. That's what my sister, she thought when it came out, she was just wow, these places are selling alcoholic coffee, and I was like,
now
what?
I was excited.
No, I was no, they can't. You know how much expensive that would be to sell alcohol for them? No, it's not. It's a creamier way to do it. It says nitrogen in it. She's like, huh. Well, I'm less excited. And I was like, girl, you're only 16. It's funny.
Drink responsibly.
Don't drink and drive.
Have all the coffee you want.
Yeah, have all the coffee you want and drive. Coffee and driving's good. I mean, no, don't do that. Stop.
Let's cover our bases. I'm getting the thoughts of Futurama whenever I had the 100 cups of coffee and Ben's time.
And yeah, he gets everyone out from the fire because he's just I love that episode so much. Speaking
of Futurama, we're going to be talking about TV shows.
Yay! Transition. Good job, Melissa. As our guest, Joe, what TV shows have you been watching?
Well, I just want to say Futurama because I'd already mentioned that before. But right now, I usually watch a lot of whatever the sitcoms coming out on Hulu. But right now, it's actually been a lot of anime. Right now, it's been Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Superstore because they're great shows. But it's also 3 other animes. The favorite of which is Love Is War. Love is War is amazing.
What's that about?
It's high school because anime, whatever. As a quick thing, like I have to usually like remember like, okay, this is an anime because it takes place in high school. Everyone's like 16. In my head, nah, screw you guys, you're 24.
Pretty much, they talk like that.
I know.
Yeah.
But this one is it's not important, but it's funnier. Like, all right, cool, they're high schoolers. But it's been described as, and this is using anime terms, what if a tsundere fell in love with another tsundere? Which, explaining that further, someone who like I don't like you. Why would I like you?
Oh,
Ugh.
God.
And it's
That's a
supposed to be the
tsundere?
really that's a tsundere kind of
Okay.
deal. But like the person totally does. But in this case, it's two people. And in their head, if they admit love to the other person, they're like they're the weaker part of the relationship now.
Of course.
So they're just trying to trick each other for like constantly every single time. Like
trying to admit that.
how can I get her to hug me?
Tripper.
You're in elementary school.
Tripper.
She's cute. Hair. But it's stuff like they played 20 questions at one point, and like the guy asked the girl, saying like, oh, do you own this? Do you like this? And he found out that it was a living thing. Do you like this? And she goes, like, blush, yeah. He's like, oh, is it in his head? Like he's going crazy. Like, oh, is it me? I don't know. Well, is he have blonde hair and yeah, blue eyes? Yeah, and then it's like an awe moment. It's your friend's dog, and then just like shit, yeah. And that was the whole like mind games thing. She did something that was close to him, but not. So he would say, "Oh, you like me," which is like saying "I like you" when it's not. That's how mind game it is.
Oh, okay.
Don't take it seriously.
I don't feel like it's a serious anime.
This is the kind of show that like the girl is super rich, and to get something done, she had her servants just kind of exist around the guy long enough to like put the idea of going to a theme park in his head.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you really want to go to this theme park, and just to make it seem like it's his own idea, and then invented a prize giveaway to give him 2 free tickets, just because that's her whim.
Wow.
It's a good show.
Rich people have time on their hands. They just plan with their servants to try getting a guy to ask them out. Dang.
Is that on Hulu?
That's on Crunchyroll right now.
Oh, okay,
Crunchyroll. Oh, nice. Crunchyroll. I don't watch a lot of anime, but I did watch that one on Netflix. Jaeger the Series. No, Sirius the Jaeger. Sirius the Jaeger. And that's pretty cool because it's like back in, I think it's like, I forgot what year it was, like 1800s Victorian style, where it's just a group of individuals who hunt vampires, and they're pretty like badass. And they just like one of the main characters, he's like a special beast power inside him that can like literally stop all the vampires, but he's like the last one of their kind. And so, of course, they're going to try, like, stopping him. And the whole time it's just, like, it's pretty cool because it's just, like, you know, a lot of anime that I will watch, you know, they would, like, be like, oh, this character has to be saved. Like, last moment, a character comes in and saves, like, you know, saves the day and stuff like that. No, some characters do die. And it has a very good, like, story into it where it's just, like, the whole main purpose is, like, yes, this species is very dark and evil, but they're trying to say, like, you can't just kill off a species. You have to, like, find a way to balance it. Like, you know that not every vampire, every human is, like, evil. It's, like, there's a balance in between it because it's pretty, like, I like it. And there's going to be a second season. And I wish the first one was longer. It was only, like, 10 to 12 episodes because it was a pilot. They didn't know how it was going to do. But it was actually really good. Like, the second season's coming out soon. So I'm like, yes, I'm so excited. It's just, and there's like this girl that likes the main character, but like she knows how to do traditional Japanese like sword fighting. So she's just like, she's never fought anyone with a real sword, and she like encounters a real vampire, and she just kills them right away. And she's like, oh my god, I just killed someone. No, you didn't kill someone, you killed that. That's not someone.
You were just talking about how they're people and they should be reasoned with. No, you didn't kill a person, you killed that. Twitching body on the floor.
That was before the message got across. Before it was like, kill every vampire or human. It's pretty cool. I liked the animation. It was very like whimsical, and it had like nice color to it. That's
Okay.
just my style.
Yeah. You
I
like
like it.
really action-packed
I do.
stuff.
I don't like that love war. I could not sit in the first three.
That's so good,
I could
though.
not sit through
It's
it.
so funny.
It has to be like, yeah, actiony, like, we have to save the world. It can't be like, I must commit to loving you. No. There can be love romance into it, but I can't watch it. I'm not hating on it. I'm
Love
just
is
saying.
war. Excuse me.
Not the way you were describing it. Have you been watching any anime? Melissa?
Not really,
No.
actually.
Well,
no.
we can pivot away from anime. I mean, like, this is about TV shows, right?
Animation.
Animation.
Or anything,
No, I've just
honestly.
been sticking to Bob's Burgers. I've watched their most
Yes,
recent.
Bob's Burgers
I haven't
is great.
finished their last season, but I'm still watching it.
I
It's
wasn't.
good.
Yeah.
I wasn't into that show when it first came out and stopped watching it, but then I picked it up like a while later when like just started in the middle of some random season, and that's after they kind of got really musical, and that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have catchy songs.
Yeah,
in
they
Bob's
do.
Burgers.
They do.
It's so
What's-
funny.
The what's his one when he got stuck
When
in
he
the
got stuck
bathroom?
in the toilet.
Yeah, it's something.
And
I'm
then-
stuck in the bathroom. Good thing it's just a vacuum.
Yeah.
That was a really good song.
And when Louise is all like, it wasn't my fault at all. And it's like, yeah, now it's stuck in my head. I know, I love the music they have for the show. It's great.
Yeah. I like their outros are like the best. It's
Oh
always
my
different.
God, yes, it
I
goes with
lo-
the
yes.
show.
Occasionally,
what
there's a
happened?
dancing horse.
Yeah. It's really good, really good. I love their show, and it's like a
It
bunch.
is.
It's like a really like almost your typical family, but not really.
Yeah, it's not really.
Just like they get
no.
into like the weirdest shenanigans. It's really fun. It's a really fun show to watch.
I think
I-
Eugene is weird, but like normal weird. Like I believe a kid could be that weird. 'cause
I've
he's a
met kids
kid.
that are that weird.
Tina gets weird, but
She's a
I believe
teenager.
that the kids or teenagers can get that awkward. Luis is just insane
Same.
though.
Yeah, there's some things where I'm like, yeah, Louise, but then there's sometimes I'm like, you need to chill. It's creepy the way that she does, like how it processes in her head and stuff like that. I love Linda, and I want to get her like karate chop to the throat down. Like,
I love that episode where it's her birthday
Yeah.
and then they find out like the secret life of Linda with all of her kids. They're like,
I don't think I've seen that one.
no, it's really
It's
funny.
funny.
She hates her birthday.
yeah,
And
she hates it.
but like she gets kind of lost. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
give too much away, but she gets lost, and so Bob and the kids go out to find her, and they go to like the typical places that each individual kid would go out with their mom to do.
Yeah.
And like one would be like a hotel, a pet shop, and I don't remember where
Yeah,
else.
I forgot where.
But he finds out that his wife is like really does like live like this separate life from
Yeah.
from the
From
restaurant.
the restaurant, yeah. Like,
And
cause
yeah.
it's so fun because they show mostly of her with the kids. But
Yeah.
they never show, her
And like
out.
in the meantime, she's going through like the worst stuff ever. It's
ever.
just, and she's just all she's wanting to do is go back home. That's all she
Yeah.
wants to do is
Oh
go
yeah,
back
because
home.
then she get locked out of her car.
Yeah.
And then she has like her keys are inside. She accidentally like booted up the door locked and everything like that. And then she's trying to go back inside and she's like getting all like she looks like a homeless person at the end of the time. And she's like no
yeah,
one.
by the end of it,
Yeah,
she
by
looks
the
like a
end of it,
homeless person.
And they're like, what happened to you?
It's
was
really
funny.
cool. It's really like heartwarming. It's just like, oh, it's so cute at the
Yeah.
end. But it was really fun, like seeing how Bob doesn't really fully know his wife in a sense. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like she does really separate her life from work, which is really funny. But
They're both kind of bad spouses.
they are.
Yeah.
They are, but they work, and that's
Yeah,
what I
I mean-
love.
Yeah, because sometimes Bob does stuff where I'm like, you're a horrible husband. But then Linda does stuff where I'm like, you are a horrible wife. Yeah, you guys are made for each other. Sometimes where it's just like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? But they're still funny, though. They're still funny.
And we are judging marriage after all of us. Are you married?
No.
Cool. Yeah, we're
No.
not. None of us are married.
None of us are married. No. It was like, married to myself. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, there's a trend going around, like, where people just, like, they take photos with wedding dresses and, like, a photo shoot, and they just say, like, I'm married to myself today. It's like not really a ceremony. They just kind of, like, announce it.
That sounds like
Oh,
a really expensive
interesting.
Facebook post.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw a few people do that, they're like, on this day a year ago, I married myself. And I go, what? We can do that? Oh, interesting.
Damn.
that's cool. Like, go you, but I want to know how that process is. Is that legal?
But what if you get divorced?
Oh,
Shoot.
that's interesting. You
gets
throw half
cust-
of your stuff away.
I know.
You
Who gets
buy-
custody of the fish?
You finally start dating someone. Does that mean you're divorcing yourself, or how does that work?
I don't know. I'm just like, okay. I mean, you do you. You do your thing. If someone can explain that in the comments, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, what other shows have you guys been watching?
Let's see.
Oh, The Umbrella Academy.
Oh
Have you
yeah.
been seeing that?
Haven't
Yeah.
caught that one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, because I didn't know what exactly it was about, like the backstory of it. I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna give too much
It's
spoilers.
a comic book.
Yeah, it's based off
kind of
Dark
X-Men,
Horse.
but not.
Yeah, it's based off Dark Horse Comics. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, was it 43 moms gave birth in 1989,
Yeah,
I
on the
think.
same
On
day.
the same day. None of them were pregnant that morning until like they were all just instantly pregnant
Yeah.
and they gave birth, and this guy was going around trying to buy every single kid.
Yeah.
And he was only able to buy 7. And like he raised them because they have, of course, in the show it tells you in the trailer they have powers.
Yeah, they have abilities.
Yeah, and it's just showing them their lives as having powers and trying to. Of course, in the trailer it says there's like supposed to stop an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just funny. It's really funny how like they're
Yeah.
all different and all their powers are different
Yeah.
compared to each other. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like that they have powers, but they don't really rely too much on them.
Yeah, because
And I
they
think
have to
that's-
learn to fight each and every
That's
one of them, yeah.
that's one of my gripes about the show. But at the same time, I appreciate it because
Yeah.
it's like they're not fully like relying on their powers to fight people or whatever is chasing after them.
They have to learn the process of getting there.
Yeah, like they have to go through
Yeah.
training of like actual combat and
He
physical
even
fitness
made
and all
them do like not trials, I guess, like obstacles.
Yeah.
Like he would be like, well, like they all had to run up the stairs, but like one of them you can see he can teleport in other areas, so
Yeah.
he like teleports up the stairs, and
Yeah.
they're like, he's cheating, and they're like, nah, he's adapting.
Yeah.
So it's just like trying to teach them, be like, you can't just focus on this one power you have. You have to try focusing on other ways you can get to certain places.
Yeah.
And it was
Okay.
pretty cool. I
Yeah.
like it so far. And I just love how like there's a donut shop there. And it's just amazing. Like it's just cool, and I like
Yeah.
how the style is too.
Okay.
hmm
pretty dark.
It's
Really
really
dark, not gonna lie.
It's really dark. Yeah. I was just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what's happening?
But
like,
there are like some funny parts in there too. They add some comedy and comedy
Oh,
relief in there.
laughing.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always like, bah.
Yeah.
My mom's
It's
like, what are you doing?
It's pretty good.
I recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had very low expectations from the beginning. So it's like it was one
I
of
thought
those
it was
thi-
going to be bad, and I was surprised.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I wasn't going to actively like
yeah.
watch it, like go to watch the show. It was more of like my sister was gonna watch it, and I just sat and watched it with her, and then I got into it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, when I do my crafts or something like that, I just put on the background. And then I realized I liked it so much when I stopped working on my craft and I start watching it, and I'm just like, this is really good. So I had to pause it so I can work on my stuff.
You're sitting there with a needle like pointed at you, like, oh.
Yeah, I accidentally stabbed a needle through my thumb
Oh,
because
no.
I got distracted on one of the parts, and I was sewing like a little tiny plushie, and then and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm
Keep
done.
watching it with the needle
I know,
in
you're
your
like,
thumb.
I'm sewing my thumb, like, oh
Yeah.
no. It grows
Like
over it.
it's also one of those shows where like at the beginning you kind of don't really have an idea of what's going on because
Yeah,
it
you don't.
did happen to me. I was like, why is this happening? What is this? This? But
they
it's like
explain it to
they
you.
explain it into the like in each episode they'll explain the rest of it, I guess. And so that was one of the things that was a little bit hard to get into. Was just like. Because a lot of was happening in the beginning, and
so
you're just like, why? Like,
Yeah,
what
it was overwhelming
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a bit, and it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was like,
and so like it made you have to sit and like focus on what's going on and like notice small details, which I really really like about certain shows. Is
Yeah.
like those minute details, like in Breaking Bad, like you know how in Bryan Cranston's main character would pick up on ticks that he would like people he would kill. Well, like stuff like that is kind of implemented into this show too.
Kind of a second watch would really help you
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
yeah. Kind of like the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That
And
was
the
a
kid,
neat thing.
the kid actor, like for I think his name is number 5.
Yeah, number 5, the one that teleports. Yeah.
He is so good.
He's so amazing.
He's
amazing.
He's like in this whole show. He's supposed to be like this 50 or how old? Like
80-year-old
Yeah.
guy, like 70. He's an older guy.
yeah, in a kid's body.
Yeah.
And it's all this travel through time thing that they explained in the show.
It's cool.
And but he's like this kid in like this 60-year-old guy's body. So he's like, you know,
yeah,
he
so
expresses
funny.
himself like an older man, but he's not. He's a kid.
Yeah, he always tells his
Yeah.
like siblings like, I'm older than you.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
I'm older than
basically.
you. It's like, what kind of coffee is this? And like he drinks so much coffee throughout the whole like every episode. You always see him chugging down coffee,
Yeah.
and coffee because he's like, ugh, this is your cup of coffee, and it's just like I think he went to the donut shop and he asked for coffee, and she's like, aren't you a little young for it? And he's like, believe me, I'm older than you think. And I'm like, yes, I love you.
It's really funny.
It's really good.
Yeah, but he's so good. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I love the show. It's really good. But I have to be like in a good mindset to watch it because I get really sad with the characters and I'm just like, I feel you.
What was it? I had a way back when the last season of Game of Thrones was out, because that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago?
There were a few episodes where like I would want to binge it because I was kind of behind, but something would happen. Something real bad would happen, and I just like it was like 10 o'clock. I could definitely stay up more. I didn't have anything to do the next day. But, I mean, avoiding spoilers for people who don't know, this happens. And yeah, she knows now.
I was like, that took me a minute.
There. That's the very end of the episode. There's no song when the credits come up. And I just turn off the TV and go to bed because
it just leaves you numb, like at the end.
I only watched one season, and I need to watch the rest.
I'm listening to the audiobooks right now.
Okay.
Nice.
Because I know that the script and the book
Diverge
is
at one
very,
point.
very different, which is going to be really interesting. But I know that it's going to irritate me later, but I'm just like, whatever.
Whatever.
I'm gonna. It's gonna have me one of those moments. It's like, well, why didn't they add that in the show?
There is like I've watched it with friends who have gotten to an extent of the books, and it's a good time. We're watching it. We're all quiet, and that friend goes, "Huh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause it. Like, what was
What was
different?
it?
You're gonna want to talk about it for an hour later. Just get it out of the way.
You're like, just tell me now, okay? I'm not playing these games with you.
No, I'm not one of those. I'm like, if I want to know something, I have to do it myself. I don't like people spoiling it for me.
Nah, that bothers me.
You're like, I have to communicate with someone.
I have to know.
No, right now. What's another show you've been watching, Joe?
Let's
You mentioned a
see.
few earlier.
I mentioned a few earlier. I could talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Superstore. Just started.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the best, and so is Superstore.
Superstore
They're
is
pretty
pretty good.
amazing.
I've watched a little bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, only because my brother watches it, and I think he finished watching it.
Yeah.
It's still
They're
going on.
updating.
He's caught
They're
up.
updating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
They're
caught up.
updating on the.
But I would like come
Okay.
into his room and because I would hear something that just like really random, and I'm like, what's going
Yeah.
I need
on?
context.
They're
Yeah,
very
and so I
random
go
in the
in there
show.
and I'm just like, what in the world? It's just, and I just would keep watching it, and it's really funny.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
really funny.
It's a really funny show. Do you know Try Guy Eugene from BuzzFeed?
Yes.
Yeah, he was on one of the shows as just a guy in the front of this exclusive club for celebrities. And he was actually like spot on good because like I didn't know what he was gonna be part of. It's only a little bit, but I was super excited that he was in there. But yeah.
There's also the New Girl crossover, like in like one of the last seasons.
Really?
New Girl
Yeah.
crossover?
The show New Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Zoe Deschanel.
That one. It's split second.
Oh,
and I don't
yeah,
know the
yeah, yeah,
reason,
yeah.
but like in the New Girl, I didn't keep up on New Girl, but there's a reason that she goes to New York and they go to LA. But Zoe Deschanel, like, she gets stopped by Peralta, and then and goes, "I need your car," and she goes, "It's a crossover," because the car is a crossover,
Yeah, it's a crossover.
and that's
That's
it.
funny.
And then I don't think she's ever seen the show after that.
That was a funny part. I didn't understand that. It's a crossover, and then she's like, "What? It's the car." I didn't know that's what it meant.
I really like Terry Crews in that show.
Terry
too.
Crews
Terry
is
Crews is the
amazing.
best.
I like that he's somewhat the voice of reason, but he's still really odd at the same time.
Yeah, because he's like a dad, so he's like trying to adjust himself. I love when he's like, Terry don't like this.
Terry don't like this. I like the moment that he's gotten to nerd out every so often, especially around like his
Yes.
favorite author, like
Mhm.
Game of Thrones-esque author.
Yeah.
Funny.
And he dresses up like when the character's in there, he's all like buffed out in it, and then like Jake is just like,
He's
he
the-
doesn't know what it's about until like a newer episode where he like read all the books, and you're just like, okay.
And they skip off together singing the song of hunting or something.
Yeah, something. They're like skipping off together and everything. I like Rosa. She's very like, tough and everything like that. Her facial expressions are amazing. I'm like, I want to be you, Rosa.
Oh, you're smiling though.
She smiles later.
She smiles like once.
No, she doesn't. She keeps smiling now. In the newer episode, she's like more emotional, like shows more emotion. Before she's just like, I hate everything. You're stupid. I don't like this. Blah blah blah. Like that's how she is, and it's great. I know.
Also, Danny Trejo's her dad, so.
Oh yeah. He was great in that one episode. I think 1 or 2. I forgot how many episodes he was in. But he was pretty good.
I need to watch. I need to finish Parks and Rec.
You haven't
I
been talking about it?
haven't.
Rec?
I know.
What?
I'm terrible.
It's amazing.
Have you at least gotten to the point where Andy can't be there for a while because he's filming Guardians
No.
of the Galaxy?
I'm
Like-
not there, but I do know about that.
He leaves for a season to film Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
and
when
then he comes out all jacked and shit.
was like, how did you do it? I just stopped drinking beer. That's the reason that he got I feel like he got taller too. Like he looks taller compared to everyone.
It happens.
Yeah, when he gets buff because he's all posture is good.
I mean,
and everything.
they don't
yeah.
actually get taller. It happens
just-
that they look taller.
Yeah.
The shoulders get further apart.
Yeah.
I also think his reason for leaving, this is not spoiler heavy, but not that it's a sitcom.
Yeah.
But his reason for leaving is he meets someone else who kind of takes him away from the show for a bit, who also happens to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's too funny.
Yeah. I think he went to.
She doesn't know, so it don't matter.
I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a funny show.
and then he was also doing Jurassic Park at the time, right?
Yeah, he was doing Jurassic World.
Gotta get
Yeah,
buffed
that's
out for that one too.
Yeah. Cough, cough. No. Jurassic World. Yeah, he was out for that too. It was great.
What have you been watching lately?
Okay. I was like, oh
White
my gosh.
Noise?
Yeah, White Noise. Isn't this show amazing? Oh, I was rewatching The Good Place with Ellen. Not Ellen. I'm calling her Ellen
Kristen.
because Kristen. Yeah, because her character is Eleanor in The Good Place, and it's a funny show because like heaven or hell kind of thing. It's like they're in a good place, and she can't no one can curse in it, so they say like what the fork or like oh shirt or like son of a bench. And I just love like the different characters that are just like contradicting each other and everything like that because like they are completely different but they get along so well, and it's just so funny because like in the show they have a person called Janet. She's not human, but she looks like it. She knows everything in the world, and she's always just like appearing and disappearing every time you call her. So like, I need this, and she's like, okay, let me get you that kind of thing. And everyone likes
Personified
yeah,
Google.
personified Google, yeah. And everyone likes yogurt, not yogurt, frozen yogurt, It's pretty
Makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah, we went to Universal Studios and we saw the
Oh
scene.
yeah, that
Oh, the
Yeah,
set?
the set. Yeah, we saw where they do the meeting, stuff like that, which I thought was bigger. And that's like camera magic because it was literally just a little like part of grass, but it looks so much bigger. But they just like compact everyone to that little section. I'm like,
Yeah.
you liars.
That's
You
what
watched it.
happened to me
Movies.
when I went to Warner Brothers.
Right? Yeah.
I saw the set of what's it called? Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tiny. So
Yeah.
tiny. I was like, what? How do they fit everyone in here?
It's the angles. And like everything's like a bit smaller, like furniture and stuff like that. It's a bit
Yeah.
smaller and everything, and it's just like it looks so big though.
Yeah.
You're like, what's happening?
And I was like super mad that I didn't get to go to Paramount because you know how like our teacher would change it
I
every
went to it, yeah.
every quarter. our semester, she would change it. So one quarter they would take then to Paramount, the other would be Disney, and we went
you went
for
to
Warner Brothers.
right?
But I actually ended up having a lot of fun because
like
I'm super big Harry Potter fan, and I got to
Nice.
see everything, and I was
That's
like,
so cool.
I was like a kid in a candy store.
I went to the Paramount one. They didn't really let us go on sets or anything like that. They just kind of like walked us on the outside of everything and just showed us clips.
Yeah.
And the only thing they let us go inside is like where the actors and actresses gets to go on premiere day, and they would sit down in the theater and watch it. But that's all we did. I mean, they gave us good information, and I got a cup from there. It was cool.
Well, the thing is with Warner Brothers, a lot of what Warner Brothers does is they have the live studio audience. So it's basically like a play.
It's a play, okay.
But each episode is filmed, obviously.
Yeah.
So like
that's
when
why
you
hear
hear
the
people,
laughter.
it's
actually
like
them.
actual people. But I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure that they add.
Oh yeah.
Add more.
I really want at one point I want to hear like a joke lands and it's just a. Like, oh, let's put the canned laughter in there.
Or like just like.
And it's kind of obvious because like not every like laughter is in sync like that, or someone will have like that belting laughter, and then someone, and they just so happens that everyone sounds like pretty much the same level of like laughter. And you're just like that was
My brother, he became, when he went to college, he became known for his laugh. Because the teacher would like, let's say something that was kind of funny, and the whole class would like politely, "You're my teacher, so I'm gonna laugh." But he would go, "I'm gonna try not to pop the mic, but just ha."
He still does that.
He does. I don't know if it's meant to make fun of you or not. Like, it could just be like, that's the laugh I'm gonna do because you want me to laugh, or it could just be like, stop telling jokes.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, please stop. I don't know what you're doing, but please stop.
Yeah, I'm known for laughing a lot.
Whether it's funny or not, I will be there.
I will laugh for your bad dad joke. Trust me.
Bad dad joke?
Yes.
I heard Baghdad joke.
No.
Bad dad joke.
I am actually surprised I managed to say it clearly or correctly, even though you didn't really catch it.
I've got bad ears.
I thought you said eclair. I thought you said. I'm surprised I said it eclairly.
Someone's hungry.
Yeah. And I was like, we don't have eclairs. We have donut prints.
I mean, you can try to eat it if you really want to.
Yeah, it's up to you. I wouldn't. What's another show you guys been watching lately? I can't remember any of the ones I've been watching.
I can talk about one. What's the other one? I wish I started with this one and ended with Love is War because it's dark. But what was the other one? Promised Neverland. It's a really like.
Isn't that the documentary? No. I think it's something else.
I said before that in my head I just kind of like age up everyone because they, no matter, they're high school age, but they all act 24. They all act like way too smart and way too like selflessly or selfishly maybe to be high schoolers. But in this one, it's really important that they're their age.
Yeah.
It's about a group of an orphanage that it's just in the middle of a beautiful field, it's Victorian and all that stuff, and it starts off with a little girl being adopted away, and then she forgot her bunny, her little like stuffed bunny. So two of her friends, who are two of the main characters, run off to go give it to her, and they find out that they're not an orphanage; they're actually a human farm for demons. And when she gets put away, she's not going to a new home. They find her dead body.
Oh my god!
Should have started with the first one I said. And it's about them trying to escape.
Yeah.
As
okay.
in there, they're totally like, some of them are like, no, you're 24. Your intelligence is like age 24 and up. But it's really important that they're under 12 years old because that 12 years old is like the max age they get to, and they're supposed to be kids. So it's really like. It's arguing with my internal rules for anime that I've set myself.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't do about anime. It's just like it doesn't make like it's good sometimes, but like stuff like that doesn't make any sense when they have like a 8-year-old that speaks like she's 500 years old with like ancient wisdom and everything like that. I'm just like, okay, you can chill, you can calm down. Oh, a good show I was rewatched with my friend. Nailed It. The amateur baking show where people.
a good
I
one.
want to audition for that. I want to be part of that show.
I think you're too good.
And meet Nicole. I can pretend to be bad. I can pretend to be bad. But I just want to meet her. Honestly, I want to meet Nicole. She's amazing because she's the host for the show. And then Jock is the judge, like the actual like baking judge.
Jock
Yeah.
something.
Jock.
He's
Yeah.
a big baking
He's a chocolate guy.
guest, like host, and you see him a lot and judges and stuff.
Yeah, and he is just so funny. Like, they'll give them so little time to make these extravagant, like professional, like cakes or cookies, and they have to do it, and it's just like
Nailed it.
nailed it.
I don't even think professionals can get it done in the amount of time they give
No,
them.
they can't.
There's
Like,
no
that's the
possible
point
way.
of it. Yeah.
And I'm super skeptical sometimes too. I mean, even my sister is like, no, and she doesn't bake, but she cooks. She's a chef, so she's like, no, like there's no way. You need some time on that.
Yeah.
Or,
Like in other baking
Yeah.
show competitions, they'll
Yeah.
have like 12 hours or so. They're giving them like 2 hours to bake a 5-tier cake with
Yeah.
like designs and an anti-gravity cake and blah blah. I mean, that's the point of it. Is just to be like to make it funny.
yeah.
And like, yeah, it's great though. Like, I want to be part of that show just to meet Nicole. I just want to meet Nicole. Honestly, she's amazing.
You're gonna be that person who, like, in the lineup, you go up and hug her.
I'm not letting go.
I've watched the Great British Baking Show.
Oh,
That
they're
is
cute.
so good.
They're cute.
Everything looks so amazing.
I know, just from like the little thumbnails on Netflix, it just shows like the little like what
food.
they make, and I'm like, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
wanna
funny
eat it.
enough, like one of the things that I really, really enjoy the most about it is the little drawings that they have in there.
Oh.
Yeah, like they have the drawings of each cake or whatever they're going to make, and it just looks so aesthetically pleasing. I'm just like, that looks so cute. Like, what? I wanna see. I wanna
do this.
I wanna spectate.
I want to touch it. I want to mess it up because.
But that happens a lot where like they'll have like this beautiful like cake or like a pastry, and you're just like, it kind of sucks that you have to eat it because it's so pretty.
I know.
I have no problem with this.
I don't want to ruin it, but you got to. What's another show?
Another show?
Yeah.
Oh, what we got left? I've been playing a lot of video games, but
Okay.
I watched Bones.
Bones. that's a good
Rewatching
one.
Bones.
Rewatch. Mm-hmm.
how many seasons is that? That's one of the ones that got like 8 seasons.
Yeah,
right?
it's got like a ton.
Did they
dude.
change the characters?
I actually
in that
didn't
one?
finish watching the final seasons, so I'm pretty much going to catch up until like
Yeah.
see episodes that I haven't seen before. So I'm basically starting over, and but it's basically a show about the FBI. They're doing investigations on bodies that have been too decomposed that they can't really identify who it is. So they bring in forensic anthropologists in to basically find out who the person is, how they died, and what else? Like just a bunch of like forensic stuff. And I don't know. I really like that kind of stuff. So it's really, really interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. Because I like sleuth stuff, like
The procedural crime drama.
I love
yeah.
crime, like documentaries, what have you. Love it. I love it. I'm all about it. I don't know why.
She wants to get the secrets.
No, like if I wasn't going to be doing art and stuff, I was actually going to go into
Yeah.
forensics. But I was just like, nah.
You can do both.
Yeah, true, because
both.
they do have the facial reconstruction stuff in 3D.
Yeah,
They
you
have
can do
that, and then they
Mhm.
have drawing and stuff, drawing faces. And
Oh,
stuff.
the sketch artist.
Yeah, they have her in there. That, like they have like a whole crew of people, and there's like the artistic person, the person that deals with like bugs,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual forensics part where they like diagnose the bones and stuff like that, or find what's wrong with
Diagnose
yeah.
How they die. How
yeah
they die.
yeah how they died and stuff. So they look at the bones and
This
say,
is, jumping off the sketch artist. My parents watched this show. My mom is super into the ghosts are here and all those
me
kind
too!
of shows. There's one that she watched. I don't know the name of it, but it's about like a detective walks in and then does a bunch of research on the house, the family, to find out what happened to the ghost. And separately, there's a psychic who walks in the house and kind of like gets what she sees from the spirits. They both occasionally get a sketch artist to see what they've seen or like who. But they obviously don't have a sketch artist on the team that goes from like state to state.
I know what you were talking about.
So sometimes they'll get a really good sketch artist like, oh, it's a really creepy ghost. But sometimes like, oh, they got that guy at SeaWorld or something. It looks like a carnival sketch art.
What's it called?
Caricature?
The caricature.
Caricature.
And it's really funny because like one of them was like the detective like opens up the folder of what the sketch artist drew and like looks at the parents like, as a parent, I don't feel comfortable showing you this. But here you go. And the actual subject is like the ghost lady like about to smother her child in bed. And it's really dark, but it's just like, oh, that looks so cute.
I remember what it's called. It's called
bad.
Dead Files.
Files.
I love that show because the detective guy, he's like super no nonsense, like New York detective, and like the lady, she's like this like almost over the top like psychic lady. And she's a medium, and she like goes and she figures out what's going on like through like the perspective of ghosts and whatever, where she can pick up on them, and they like at the end they meet, and then they like tell the person what's going on in their house or jail or whatever the location is. And yeah, like the sketching is just like this one time I remember that they had like a cartoonist or a comic book artist, and he like drew this lumberjack like, and I'm just like, what in the world?
I am Big Jack.
Yeah, basically that's what it looked like. I'm just like, that's like part of the fun for it for me is just like seeing all the really weird sketches they have. Just like the cake of the whole show. It's just so funny.
I'm just like staring at it like, why? What's going on?
Those shows used to be super there was a like 5 out at once on almost one network, and now there's like 2.
Yeah. On the Travel Channel they would show like a bunch, and then they stopped. Like Ghost Adventures was like top notch for me.
I think that one's still around.
Yeah, they're still doing stuff.
That's the one with the dude bro, right? Right? He wears tight shirts and sunglasses sometimes behind his head.
Yeah, and then there was like Taps. They were like the first guys, like the first team. They were like the most popular at the beginning. So they are like basically plumbers who got into like ghost stuff.
No.
Yeah,
they did
nice.
ghost investigation on the side.
Like at night, like plumber by day, ghost hunter by night.
I hunt ghosts as a hobby.
And then there was this other one for like this other crew where they're from, I don't remember, but they were like a bunch of university students. And his stuff was actually kind of like more darker, in my opinion, which is really cool because they brought in a lot of really well-known people. Like I forgot what the lady was called from the Annie doll or whatever.
Oh, yeah, her.
Annabelle. The Annabelle doll.
Annabelle.
But yeah, like she's like a really, really well-known demonologist, and she was on their show a lot.
Okay.
So like it was really dark. Like all of the stuff that I just don't remember what their crew was called. But they actually had like, pagans come in and like do cleansings and stuff, like cleansing rituals.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like for like the interview of like so and so, like actual pagan.
Like no, it was like an occult specialist. That's what they were. That's what they were labeled.
I only said that because like that used to be like way back when you would hear that like pagan just meant not Christian. Like way back in like the Salem witch trial days, and because that I kind of don't know what it is.
Pagan is usually like someone who worships multiple gods. It is like apart from like Christianity and Catholicism. It's but I mean there are some pagans who do bring in their Catholic beliefs or Christian beliefs, but they involve like saints and stuff as their multiple peoples of worship.
That's cool.
So that's kind of like how it could be meshed into. So it's like pagan Catholic type of stuff.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I was at a funeral. Sad times. I was at a funeral a while ago, and on all the windows were stained glass of a bunch of saints, and like they each had stuff depicting on them of who they were, and I just like why does that guy have an anchor next to him? One of them had like a falcon on his arm. Like I want to know these guys.
Yeah, like I didn't really go like learn or research any stuff for the Catholicism and Christianity side, just because like that's what I wanted to separate myself from that.
Yeah.
Even though I was raised as a Catholic, later on I just realized it's just not for me, and it's not really a religion that I got to choose. So I went to the pagan side. So I'm a Wiccan, and like I'm in neo-pagan. I guess
she had like a attitude.
Oh, does that mean Wiccan means sassiness?
No, I just meant you.
I mean, Wiccan does sound sassy though.
It
No,
does.
I don't know much
the way
about
she
it.
described it to me the first time, I was like, oh yeah, girl.
I don't really like talking about it too much, just because like I don't want to offend anybody. Like people are so sensitive these days. I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's just like it's true, and I just don't really want to offend anybody. And sometimes I feel like it's just because Wicca is a religion, like it's kind of something personal, and I don't like to talk about it because it's personal, and it's like, you know, people's even like Christians with their connection with their God and stuff. It's kind of like that. So like I do worship multiple gods, but I don't. So I collect different things from other religions and combine it with my style of Wicca, because not every Wiccan is the same, and that's why I kind of choose to be solitary, because sometimes our beliefs and our rituals and stuff can clash, and there can be bad blood between people, and it happens. It happens, but like I usually practice with my sister, because she's basically doesn't know a lot, and she's still like in that transitioning stage. So like for me, it was more of like a year's worth of study and just looking things up to understand, because you don't want to just jump into a religion. It's like, I'm that.
I know.
Because that's kind of disrespectful. So so like I did 1 year to 2 years of study of like just learning stuff, like the basics, and then after that I just went off on my own and started doing stuff, because like people think Wicca is connected with, you know, doing magic and witchcraft. It's totally like separate.
Negative stuff.
Yeah.
People think of like dark stuff, like I'm gonna put a curse on you and stuff like that. It's like, no, like I don't even know fully the details. I'm like, that's not how it is, guys.
Yeah, because like there can be some Christian witches out there and you don't even know it.
Stop telling people what I am. I know, everyone's just do you.
Yeah, and there's like different types. Like there's Santeria, voodoo, and all that stuff. It's very, very interesting to learn.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was a neat transition.
Yeah, I know, it's
we
weird.
were
Wicked.
TV shows.
But it's because we were watching about ghost stuff, and it's like kind of ties in.
It made sense.
Yeah. I mean, it did. I'm not mad about it. That was like actually cool to learn about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a whole new segment about like stuff like
Yeah, I want to do like a whole paranormal
Yeah,
episode.
that's
Paranormal
actually
episode's really
that's
good.
actually really cool. Yeah. But we are all out of time for this episode, and that's actually a cool note to leave off on.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Joe, for being our guest for today, and also being our sound guy every single time.
I'm gonna go run off and turn the recording off.
No, what are you doing? Great.
Today we're sponsored by
Elite 23 Shopping. Woo! Need something cool to wear every single day? Just need a new style? Want to buy something for a friend as a gift? Well, come to our store. We got sweaters. We got outfits for both men and women. Even bathing suits. I think we have like a section for that. If you want that summer body. I believe we do. So yeah, stop on by. 30% off of your whole purchase when you type in... I'm so out of breath. I'm out of shape, guys. Coffee Break Podcast. Again, Coffee Break Podcast on your checkout for 30% off your total purchase. Thank you, guys, and thanks, Joe.
Bye.
Bye.